Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast, the only podcast you didn't know you needed. I got a short one for you guys tonight. I look at my two friends at me, staring back at me, and I say, Motorin, what's your price for flight? And I'll tell you exactly what my price is, Josh. It's a small three-way and one cheese coney, no mustard, no onion from Gold Star. Say hello, Josh.
Yo. What's the price for flight? I remember one time I was dating this woman, and I was like, I went to the fuck this up already. Went to I went to the bar, and a buddy of mine's like, "How'd you get that black eye?" And I was like, "Well, I called my girlfriend a cheap hooker." And he's like, "What'd she do?" I was like, "Well, she hit me with her bag of nickels." There we go.
You know, I got a black eye story. I was at the gas pump and I was talking to this African American about the Bengals a couple years back with Chris Henry, and I told him that we had too many black eyes already, and he thought I was saying black guys, on the team.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the light bulb went on. He goes, "Oh man, you said black eyes." I said, "Yeah." I said, these guys are just, giving the team a black eye. He said, "I thought you said we had too many black guys." And he started laughing there, but you could see, I thought he looked a little perturbed at first. I'm thinking, how can you not support my theory on Chris Henry and all these other jerks? But anyway.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was just mentioning that earlier, Josh. As you know, I bailed on you on the Mr. Speed show Saturday night because I was hungry, and I went, and that was my price for flight, some three-way and a cheese coney, although I prefer Skyline. Gold Star did the ticket.
I remember talking to Brent, I think it was the night after that gas station story, and he was trying to raise money for a new Kiss record, right? And
probably
he's like, "Oh, I'm going to have to just go out hooking, And later that night I see him, and he had made $395.05. And I'm just like, that's a weird fucking number, I'm like, who the fuck gave you a nickel? And he goes, all of them.
Right. Hey, I was in rare form that night.
All right, there we go.
A lot of Kleenex.
So
on with the show.
God, this is Josh, horrible. Why does anybody watch us? This is
our last episode was the John Nyman interview part 2. Any feedback on that? I saw some people were really liking the interview. John, from what I saw, was the first episode. I haven't watched all the second one. Super fascinating guy, and he looks like he'd be a fun guy just to hang out with.
Well, it is because like I think I maybe mentioned this in the last episode. Like I'll get a photo and it's this massive greenhouse that he's building. I mean, it's almost like the size of a football field, and it's just cool to hear that story. Where I just started it with Bill Church, and next thing I know, that's how I make my living. So if you haven't yet, go watch part 2 with John Nyman from Y&T. We talk about the Y&T years, how he got back in the music, and we talk about this record. Great record. I got it on vinyl. I just forgot to bring it down, so I'll show that next week. Also on cassette, CD, and I think digital downloads. So good record. Like you've probably, if you've been listening to every episode, you've probably heard me say that 100 times. So there you go. And Brad Gillis plays guitar solo on Fly Angel Flies. So there's your Night Ranger connection.
So when's reel to reel and 8-track coming back formats? You know
what? I got an 8-track player. I actually have a couple of reels to reels. I've monkeyed around with them to get them working. But what's crazy is another buddy of mine, Ed, he is an audiophile too. So we've always bought vinyl back in the 90s and early 2000s and cassettes, and he had a reel to reel. So back, they may be worth a little bit now, but back in the 90s when they were just garbage,
right?
We would have some music on the reel to reel and doing all the clicking and stuff like that, pain in the ass. But I haven't gone that far with the reel to reel, but I do got a portable 8-track players when the need arises.
Is it one of the ones that looks like a detonator, like a dynamite thing?
Oh, remember the handle on top?
No,
the speaker.
This is probably one of the last ones ever made. I mean, it looks kind of new.
Yeah.
It's got the one speaker. The 8-track goes in on the side, and then it's all buttons on the top there and stuff. So
that's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty bitch. And put that in your van with the heart-shaped windows in the back.
I think
the last 8-track that I saw came out was a promo item. When Spinal Tap released Break Like the Wind, they released a promo 8-track. And if you were lucky in the store, you also got a colander, not a calendar, a colander. A 12-month colander is what it said on the box.
That's fantastic.
But the 8-track, I tried to get that 8-track so bad. It was beautiful. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, lead us along there, buddy. The silence is deafening.
Well, do we have any Night Ranger news going on?
Of course. This is a Night Ranger podcast. How can we not?
Josh, I throw it to you live from the
Ranger
Lancaster studios.
Hey, don't let the don't give away my bunker location. So last weekend, right? Well, last Friday, Night Ranger was in Minot, North Dakota. There is nothing there but an Air Force base with some nuclear weapons. Why not Minot? Night Ranger performed allegedly for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then
I read 3.5 on one thing.
And then the storms came in and Kid Rock had to cancel and people threw shit on stage and tore
Did
up.
anything happen after that?
They were throwing stuff at personnel on stage and I guess tearing the joint up a little bit, but tonight we're recording this Wednesday, released tomorrow, Thursday. Night Ranger is opening up for Kid Rock in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I don't know what festival or whatever it is. The Kid Rock show in Minot was the North Dakota State Fair, the mighty North Dakota State Fair.
Wow.
And so we shall see. Keep an eye on the news. But that was the exciting stuff. Night Ranger Friday night, and then Saturday, they come to Wilmington, Ohio for Rock the Block, which is a pretty cool event. They've had it for a few years. I think Winger played last year, and Autograph, Quiet Riot. This year, Friday night was Striper, which Andy joined me Friday night in Wilmington to go see Striper. Not bad. I'm not a big Striper fan and only know a smidgen of their songs. I always go more for the devil music and not the God music, but what have you. What did you think of Striper there, Andrew?
Well, they sound fantastic, first of all. I don't know a ton of their music. I know one album very well, To Hell with the Devil, and I agree with them. To hell with you, devil. But Michael Sweet just sounds amazing. His voice is so phenomenal, and it's still great after what, 30, almost 40 years. Robert Sweet on the drums was a monster. It just they sound great. I wish I knew more of their music, but it was
kind of unique. They got the drummer back there and the drums kit,
little a la Kelly.
Yeah. I mean, heaven's cool and everything, right? But I always felt like going to heaven would be kind of like going to a party where you don't know anyone, right? Like everybody I know is going to be in hell. So it's like, who wants to be at that party where you don't? don't know anyone.
Exactly.
And the only thing that sucks is a lot of people who think they're not going to hell are going to be there, and that'll suck.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Andy, do you remember who opened when we saw Striper on to Hell with the Devil tour?
I do not.
I knew you wouldn't.
Please
Petra, Iron Maiden.
It was Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Featuring Foreigners vocalist Kelly Hansen, Robert Sarzo, Cavazo. What was Carlos Cavazo's brother's name?
I think it's Robert.
Robert Sarzo is Rudy's brother.
Joey.
Yeah, sure. Joey Cavazo.
And we don't care. So, Wilmington.
I just like to test Andy on his memories.
I got nothing.
So Wilmington Night Rangers playing Rock the Block. During the day, they had local bands outside playing. After Night Ranger, Mr. Speed, a Kiss tribute. But the ticketed feature event inside the theater was Night Ranger. So a few things. One, there was some new merch we've kind of touched on the previous podcast. But the one thing, if you look at Brent, or right there is a new hat. I like it. More of the, I think the other hats, there was like a trucker hat they've had in the past. I think it was the Dawn of Madness one. And then there were some of the ones that, I don't know, just kind of like don't have any firmness, that just kind of lay there. There was a couple of those. This is kind of like this hat here. And $30, practically giving it away.
I made a comment. I wanted to get a hat. I said, but I'm out of money. And next thing I know, Josh is throwing at me. I asked him, I said, is this my Make-A-Wish night? Says, thank you for my hat, Josh.
Yep.
Should have done that, but it does cover my bald spot nicely.
Well, next I'm getting you the big ass Night Ranger mask.
Oh yeah.
Night Ranger burqa.
Like
improvements all around.
Then we got this.
Yeah.
Night Ranger 40th anniversary tour shirt with all the dates back there. So what was this? 45?
Yeah,
$45
again. Practically giving it away. A wise investment. I think this was $10. Can koozie.
Got the old Cody Holdy.
Yeah. I think I just buy these now because I think I bought one for like High Road. And
now you just have to.
Well, or maybe it's because of the podcast, but I got another one. What the hell was the last one they sold?
Is it the one with the eagle and the flames?
I don't know, but I will probably say yes, because if not, there was probably an eagle or a flame on the one previous.
Yeah.
So
some kind of wing.
Yep. So there you are. I like it. Just simple design. 40th anniversary, established 1982. $10. And then $10. We got a Night Ranger keychain.
There's
mine.
Mine
is on my key ring. I couldn't show it to you because I don't have my keys with me.
Mine's still in the bag.
That's kind of neat on the back. Established 1982.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
It's a little subtlety there.
Yeah. So 40th anniversary in there. I can see this being the part that comes loose. You may, if you're going to carry that, you may want to clamp that down just a little bit with the player pliers.
And since they are out of necklaces, this will substitute.
Yeah.
It's a little big, but
well, be flavish. Put a clock on there with you. So there you go. Some new Night Ranger merch. I don't know. It'll probably be the 45th anniversary when it's on the site. So I'll keep looking and put it up there. So there you go. $10, not bad. All right. Then there was the meet and greet, and we got the first. We've all been to shows, the three of us together. Because usually you can tell I drink heavy when Brent's around. But there you go. we got up there, and there's the three of us with the band that we do the podcast on. Eric Levy, Kelly Katie, Jack Blades, Brad Gillis, and KELLEY. And there's Andy, Brent, and that good-looking gentleman is myself.
Yeah, what a great night.
There you go. So we got the first photo.
Yeah,
three of us with Night Rangers.
The mighty Night Ranger.
Only took us a couple years.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, the set list. So they threw a few surprises in there. It was I
might as well pull this up since I already have it. So go ahead.
So it was a dedicated fans were there. So they basically played for the hardcores because that was the majority of the crowd. So you can see, still playing Rockin' America as the opener. And I knew the set list, but I didn't tell Andy or Brent or any of the other Fans Emotions. I just told them, you're in for some surprises.
Yeah.
And they were. So 7 Wishes, which I don't think have heard since Cleveland last year.
Fantastic.
Rumors in the Air, which, comes, it's not played as often as it used to be. So that was another nice surprise.
Right.
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 And then the big one, Passion Play. God, that probably hasn't been played since 2019 on the Dawn of Madness tour. So we
got a song that took our breath away.
And then High Road, which they've been sneaking in there every now and then. I think I saw them play it earlier this year in Waukegan, Illinois. So there you go. Awesome set list, definitely for the hardcores. Now, if you're going to go see Night Ranger, like at the State Fair tonight, or whatever it is, but the big venue, you're not going to get Passion Play. You're going to get more hits. It's just it's dependent on the crowd. So if you're seeing going to Night Ranger and going to a state fair, and you're not going to get that set list. So, I mean, I don't know. And
if they did pull it out, more power to them. But yeah, it's a Kid Rock crowd.
Well, just even, when they play these bigger events, it's not the hardcore crowd, and you got to play the hits. And I don't know. I mean, would I like for Night Ranger just to come out and play every song from Man in Motion and Neverland? Sure. But when they don't, I just don't have the energy just to go on the internet and type up how much I hate certain songs. And I don't know, man. So anyways, good set list.
I'll say this, Josh. I don't know if you caught this because you were busy working, but I noticed they played the first 3 songs without even taking a break.
Yeah.
Jack didn't say a word until they got the Sentimental Street or Sing Me Away.
Normally,
and I love it because it was just song after song, and I was like, and again, I didn't know 7 Wishes was coming. I was up in the balcony with my buddy Gary, and I was so excited with 7 Wishes, I punched him like.
I think normally, I could be wrong. You guys can tell me, but it may be that way normally with Rockin' America, 4 a.m. and Sing Me Away. They may play those 3 all right back to back. 4 a.m. was replaced with 7 Wishes. They didn't play 4 in the morning. So, but yeah, I mean,
I just noticed it as they were playing. I was like, Jack hasn't stopped to say anything until like after the third song. He's like, well, here we are back in Ohio, and I was like, damn, he just went right through the songs. I love it.
Back in Ohio. It's been
a couple of days.
So, and then the picture that Brent showed, and that we took, a friend of the podcast, Tom Chapin, wrote some good stuff about, giving us some thanks and some props and the Night Ranger community that we created. So thank you, Thomas, for those words.
Yeah.
And before I get any farther, we talked earlier, Night Rangers in Cheyenne tonight. And then after that, I think they go to Alaska. So they're playing Alaska, I think, on Friday or Saturday night. So if you're in Alaska, or, from Alaska, you can see Russia, row your boat over and go see one of the greatest American rock bands ever. Some new shows. We got the Friday, September 8th, Ashland, Kentucky at the Paramount Theater. Now, this is Ashland, Kentucky. That is across from Ironton, Ohio. There is a small area, Ashland, the homestead of Kentucky Senator Henry Clay, north of Lexington. But this is not where that concert is. This is Ashland, right on the Ohio River, right across from Ironton, Ohio, not too far from Huntington, West Virginia. So September 8th, Friday night, Ashland, Kentucky. I think the night before they're playing an acoustic show in Virginia. The night after, there's another show south of Lexington, Renfrew Valley. So there you are. You can follow them on tour for those 3 days if you are in the area.
Yeah, I mean, look, not all shows are in Ohio. Some are just really close to Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you're playing the drinking game, I'm going to add in when Josh teaches you history and geography. So that's pretty special.
Well, here's my thing about Ashland. So Ashland is the name of Henry Clay's homestead, right? Now, Henry Clay, I think, ran for president 4 times, lost 4 times, but he was a very influential politician during the mid 1800s, during the Civil War, all that, right? So I go to see his home. Andy, wake the fuck up. And I go to see his home. It's old. It's a good tour, right? Henry Clay and blah, blah, blah. And at the very end, I catch something that the house burned down like a decade after he died. And this house that I'm touring is the one that was rebuilt by his son, maybe a decade later. So Henry Clay was never in this fucking house, right? That they are just pushing Henry Clay on. So
birthplace or homestead or
yeah,
here.
It's just like, so this is just a house that was on Henry Clay's land. Anyways, that's it.
His mama call him Clay. I call him Clay.
So what Night Ranger collectibles anybody got?
I got something to show. We all should have one of these bad boys. Can we see it?
Yep.
That's your autographed photo from the meet and greet. So if you get the meet and greet, and there you go.
That was very cool. That's my thing. I don't have much else to show.
Yeah, Andy's walking away. I'm like, did you get your picture? What are you talking about? I'm like, you got to go see that lady at the table.
Angela. I didn't think about it. I just walked away,
Oh, is that Angela at the table? I didn't even notice.
That's one of the important people in the Night Ranger camp.
Yeah, well.
So
I'm sure she watches.
Yeah. Came across this. And takes me back to some of maybe the dark days of Night Ranger. I always talk about those dark years, 99 to 2008. Not a lot going on in the Night Ranger world. Some concerts here and there. No studio albums except for the 2007 Hole in the Sun. And I found this. This is the tour shirt from 2004. And I got this when I saw them in Wabash, July 17th, 2004. So look at this, Jim.
Okay.
You see that effect?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
the white.
Like it's coming towards you?
Yeah. It's like twisted a little bit.
Fucking awesome, right? And then
tour dates.
This might have been one of the better tour shirts, but I'm just saying, like, even the tour shirts were.
What's the dates there, Josh? I mean, what did they play?
They were playing in the Trinidad West Indies, May
Nope,
8th.
didn't make that
Mohegan Sun Casino, Connecticut. California Music Awards in Oakland, Fargo Dome in Fargo, North Dakota, Wisconsin, of course. Grand Casino Amphitheater in Hinckley, Minnesota. Nugget Casino in Sparks, Nevada. The Post Gazette Pavilion in Pittsburgh. Summerfest in Milwaukee. Route 66 Casino in New Mexico. Alameda County Fair, Pleasanton, California. Illinois, and then the last show on here, 7/17/04, Honeywell Center, Wabash, Indiana. So
we didn't see him there, Brett.
No, I knew we didn't see him, and I didn't know where they went on that tour.
That's what I was trying to see. Like, why didn't we see him? I was like, oh, because they didn't really.
Yeah, they didn't come anywhere around us. Pittsburgh and Wabash were the two closest, probably.
Yeah, and there's no.
Yeah, that looks like it just got smeared on top.
So, anyways,
very cool, man.
That, and then there is this. This is the Canadian cassette of Man in Motion, and the unique thing about this is the color has always been different. It's almost like a purple. So a few things different about it. Besides that, I mean, the color's always, and it's just the cassette, but it's got.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, if they had that slide.
It's got the full flap on the back. And other than that, everything else is the same. But it does have that. And then the cassette is
black.
But yeah, if you're wanting to get something a little bit unique, I don't know why. I'm just gonna, I don't know. Maybe there was some hoser working in the factory that day and mess with the color settings. But
mess a boot with the color.
It's just the cassette.
Just the
not
cassette.
The CD.
Nope, not the CD or the vinyl.
Brad Clink, if you have a different version of that cassette in Canada, post it.
Yeah.
All right. What were you guys doing July 16th in the year 2000?
In the year 2000. Sorry. It might be a Conan and Brian.
2000. I probably wasn't doing much of anything.
I was already divorced.
I'm sure you guys were. I was
heading towards divorce.
Is this Chili Fest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down there.
I know exactly where I was.
Yeah, I'm right in front of Fitz in the front row.
So just a bootleg DVD that's out there of Night Ranger Chili Fest. 2000.
Yeah, Gold Star Chili Fest. I was sitting down almost in the center filming it illegally.
That wasn't the same show. Remember, we talked about that. Not the same show.
Set list that night.
Well, I was with my first wife.
No one cares. Set list that night. Touch of Madness, Rumors in the Air, Sing Me Away, Seven Wishes, Eddie's Coming Out Tonight, Sentimental Street, Let Him Run, Take Me Higher. I'm going to assume high enough.
High enough.
Goodbye, 4 a.m, When You Close Your Eyes, Coming of Age, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, and Sister Christian. And then the closer is You Can Still.
Yeah.
So,
Andy, I was with Jenny when you got chased out. I was with Christina at that show.
Okay.
All right. So what else do we got? Let's do the fans in emotion. What we got going on the page there, Brentry?
We have going on the page, since you so eloquently threw it to me. Let's start off with Bill Brown again. Bill Brown posted his set list from the show Saturday, and he got a glove from Kelly Keggy and a pick.
Very nice.
Yeah, Kelly was looking at me with taking off the glove, and I guess the threads were coming out, and he's like looking at it like, what the hell? Of course, that's not the glove with the threads coming out. And I thought, oh, I might get a glove. No, I didn't get a glove. Didn't even come close to me.
Nah.
So then we're going to go over here to Sorry, you guys can see it better than I can. Is the name popping up on that?
Well, your head's in the way. Nope.
Oh, well, hell. I have to look in my thing.
It doesn't matter. Just talk about what it is.
Well, that is the North Dakota show. Oh, Doug Frazier. What is it? Minot?
So the Minot show had the big screens behind behind them. So on the Night Ranger page, you can see like a big thing of the ATVPO album cover. And then on this, it looks like while they're playing When You Close Your Eyes, they're playing the music video behind them.
Right. Yeah, so Doug Frazier was there before all hell broke loose, before the storm came, before the band split and got all their equipment out of there. It was great, Jack telling the story about it. But yeah, I still don't know where the tabloids are getting 2.5, 3.5 hour set by Night Ranger. Okay, this is 2 Fans of Motion celebrations. Here we go. There's the first picture.
Look at all those beautiful people.
It's a good looking group of people right there.
Yeah. And then Andy and Gary walked away and some more people showed up and said, oh, did we miss it? So we took another one. And there we go.
Jumped in at the last minute. And if you look at that photo closely, I think his name is Chris.
Yes.
He made his own Fans in Motion shirt. So Chris, looking good, my friend.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm
waiting for the royalties as we speak. It's just goes to show you I got to start offering those. So I'm going to get busier on that. And here is Gary Kelly. Gary Kelly did a time-lapse video of the whole concert. And
no, he just did the one song. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was a whole concert.
No, it's just the one song.
Yeah, and how fast they're just moving around. That was pretty cool.
Actually, what was really cool about his camera is all he did was he kept Jack at regular speed and sped up the other people.
It's horrible. Okay. Josh, I'm going to need your assistance on this one. You got Jody Weaver CRUZ posting a picture of who?
That would be her granddaughter. That would be my cousin and her second cousin, whatever. But I always just say it's my niece. She, has been tagging along. So now she's in the Night Rangers. She's a big Brad Gillis fan, and she's got the 2 autograph photos. We got
adorable.
Got them the meet and greet and everything. So good to go, man.
Yeah, I was going to post a picture of the meet and greet, but I thought that was too damn cute to pass up.
Yeah.
And she's adorable. And keeping in on the kids' routine here, we have Marty and Riker Papworth.
Yeah,
Marty was trying to film his kids saying it's so hard to make it easy in the back seat. Boy, that just sounds like another verse, doesn't it? Yeah. But that was cute. And we got, I think, two more. What is our next? Oh yeah, these are fellow Fans of Motions who I hadn't seen since Wabash, Indiana. Paul Howard and Chris Dietrich. They're also in the first picture I showed of the gathering.
I think Paul came up to me and asked if I remember. I barely remember Andy and Brent. And I could not. And then what I will remember someone, but their real name is different than their Facebook name. So that don't fucking count. I mean, and why are you making it harder on me? But I remember all of you and I love each and one of you.
Yeah, I hadn't. As soon as they walked up, I'm like, I haven't seen you guys since Wabash. I don't know who said it, but you got a great memory.
Yeah, so he does.
Explains they spoke to Josh first, and then went on to
good memories overrated.
Yeah, well, and I can't tell what this last one. Oh, that's just us again.
Yeah.
I would have had a lot more, but as I was putting all this together, all of a sudden the phone rings and Andy's like, I just told Josh I could be ready by 6:30, and this was at what, 5:45?
Yeah.
And I was trying to get my page stuff ready because we were going to start recording at 8 p.m. tonight, my time.
Yeah.
And
so
I
got one. So Karen Yingling posted this YouTube clip. I'm not sure exactly where it's from, but I'd never seen it before.
I watched that too.
Do you guys remember this, or it's them on some TV show?
Like a Solid Gold type show, but it wasn't Solid Gold.
And I would say it's closer. It's got to be edging towards Seven Wishes, because Jack's got, he's in the blazer. Kelly's hair is more like Seven Wishes. Satin, I know this shit. Is more towards. Remember that one photo someone posted?
I know from the Bammies or whatever it was.
The Bammies, and I told someone, I go, this is late, like big Seven Wishes, early Big Life, because of Jack's hair.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we found the date, and it was
you're right.
It fit right in. So
I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't know. Let me see.
It's just something lip synced.
Now Kelly is behind them on this little stage.
Yeah.
I know there was a Solid Gold. He was behind him too.
Well, it's and if you watch it, you can tell there's some audio issues. It's off a little bit, but look at that. See, there's no cymbal crash there.
Yeah.
There's one.
But you see Jack. You see Jack there with the blue blazer.
That was a good era.
It's a great time to be alive, man.
The blue blazer. I wish I still had mine.
I got my blue shirt on in honor.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Kelly maybe stands at the end.
Yeah, back in the day, it seemed like every time he'd sing that and come out to the front of the audience, he'd hold that motor in as long as he could.
Yeah.
And then he'd fall to his knees and Jack would be like, "Are you okay?" Like, I wonder if that was show.
Well, James Brown,
I wonder if it was just touring taking its toll.
Just show.
Who knows? He held that as long as he could,
But anyways, go find that clip, and if you remember seeing it or whatever, maybe it's in the comments. I don't know. I barely got to watch it when it was posted, but
yeah,
I did make a comment. I'd never seen that. So put in there, make a comment, let us know where that's from. But it's cool. It's only been posted for 3 weeks, so it's not been out there, that long
on YouTube. That long.
Yep. So very cool that even in 2022, some of this stuff's being
found,
unearthed. So
well, Josh, you still going to keep working on them, keep chipping away at them, so we can get into the archives there at one of their houses. And
yeah.
Tell them, I'll come out of my own dime if they'll just let me pick through the warehouse.
Oh, we still got a Brad Gillis solo record that's sitting out there. Kelly's working on his.
Mm-hmm.
So
just throw it out there every now and then, like, hey.
Did Kelly ever film that video back during COVID?
No. So there you have it. The latest...
can I mention something before we move on?
No. So there you go. This is the like I said, all your greatest Night Ranger news. Join us next week. What do you want to say, Andrew?
Real quick, the page has exploded to over 7,000 people.
Well, Facebook has
little applause for this group.
Facebook has changed the algorithms to where they're pushing groups again. Now it's going to change again, because you're going to start seeing some drastic changes on Facebook, and also it's already happening on Instagram. So everything's going like TikTok. So if you look, Instagram is updating to where it used to be you would just slide, through the news feed. And now, and you might, on your phone, you might see a couple posts, but now on Instagram, your whole screen will be one post. It's the posts are going to be designed to be in that size of your whole screen.
Gotcha.
So when you scroll up, you're going to just the very next post, kind of like reels are on Facebook and stuff. So you're going to see changes in Facebook and changes in Instagram.
I fear change.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to acknowledge, I mean, again, even hearkening back to our friend Tom Chapin, who, had a very, very sweet post about the group and us. And it is pretty cool when you look at this group that we've cultivated here, and up to over 7,000 people now. And it's pretty cool. And it's awesome to see the Fans in Motion meetups and meet people and
and those photos. I mean, those photos from everybody. It's like
there's people that
not everybody has reception or is on their phones. Mike Smith's not in those photos.
Yeah, I bumped into somebody who's like, I missed the photos, and I was like, I'm sorry, man. They were out in the hallway, and
I mean, it was a quick. And I'm the worst person to plan it because I'm doing a few other things, but anyways, but yeah, I think I posted somewhere. You never have to go to a Night Ranger concert alone. Maybe Alaska. Yeah. I don't know how, the Fans in Motion following is Alaska. If there isn't, just bring some, hard liquor. You'll be every Alaskan's best friend.
Yeah.
But there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool little community that we've created. If you're not on the Facebook page, you're missing out. I mean, if you're not on Facebook because you think the government don't give two shits what you're doing. Okay, you're not that important. Ask your wife. And go on there because it's a great community. I mean, listen, I don't put up with much shit. I just so listen, if like people debating, if you're debating and it's cordial and everything, that's fine. But if you're just a fucking negative piece of shit on every fucking post, I'm blocking you. Go be negative with your family.
I mean, it's a great community to be there, and the stories, to see people's memorabilia and their merch, and I love it. Excuse me.
Yeah, what I loved Saturday was when Tom made that post, Andy's like, "Did you see Tom's post yet?" And he was sitting behind me in the theater. He just hands me his phone. And I was like, I mean, it was instantaneous. It was pretty cool. Yeah. But like I said,
I mean, I was just surprised that a Pittsburgh Steelers fan could put,
those many words
together and they actually came out.
And they didn't mention how many Super Bowls they'd won.
Anyways,
we love you, Tom. We love you, buddy.
He's still getting over Heinz Field being decimated and the ketchup bottles coming down.
Do they name Heinz Field after like the yogurt that makes women shit or something?
No. It's an insurance company out of Canada.
I don't know. I think it might be cooler if it was the yogurt that makes women shit. But so there you go.
Yeah, they're going to change the name to a running back instead of a running back,
Let's get on to highlights from Wilmington. Let's talk about the show we were all at.
Did we just spend an hour doing that? You kill me.
Would it be awkward? Would it be awkward, like, like if I called you, Andy, and was just like, "Hey, I think Brent was being negative. I've blocked him."
No. That's going to move on from the runny poop talk.
Oh, I can bring it back anytime.
Well, not once did I say runny poop. All right, I said shit because I'm an adult. All right,
and I said running back.
Running back.
I never said poop either.
Yeah, so you're the only one that's saying poop and running poop. Yep. So good thing is that we were really never ever professional in the first place. But so listen, if you are listening to this, either your ass is too cheap for cable or whatever, but you got issues. But we got a lot of shows coming up that we will be at. Fort Wayne, Marysville, the Kentucky shows, I think Wauseon, Wellington, Ohio, Wauseon, Ohio, all the W's. And I think there's actually an Ohio show I may not go to, believe it or not. I think my kid has kindergarten next day, and fuck him. He'll probably fail. I'll go next year for his first day in kindergarten. But
there you go.
A lot of shows coming up. We should be getting some information on the Danny Repepe Memorial Show Part 2. Those I think will go on sale at the end of August. Listen, it's we're nearing the 1-year anniversary of ATBPO. It's hard to believe that's been out for a year.
Yeah.
Let alone us talking about the buildup to it, and
a lot of hype. We had a lot of hype around that.
I mean, it's crazy to think that 2022's almost over. I mean, listen, after you get off here, you start making some of the state plans and all that shit. We're all going to be taking dirt naps soon. Fastest time's going. All right. If you are still listening, I feel like I want to continue this just, as like a psychological evaluation. Like, I listened to you for until like the 3-hour 30 mark, and then I can go,
I finally gave up.
You're fucked up. That's